Okay, so welcome back to another thing of City of Mist evening walks. And when last we left, I believe that we were in the middle of a car chase. You had gone towards to talk to the restoration expert who dealt with the sword and barely saved his life from a rather poisoned arrow tipped with some piece of a stingray. You are now being chased by a. You didn't get this chance to see the archer or the sniper, but you're now being chased by people in a rather large and aggressive black SUV, chasing you through Old Town, the Old Quarter. And I believe the first thing you did was there was a hard corner, and you didn't take it quite well enough, and and the car got a little bit roughed up.
Yep, tag is now burned.
Okay, that takes you around a corner, and you're going on a little bit of a straightaway, heading down the hill, and the SUV, is coming up behind you. It is rushing forward. It doesn't seem to be doing anything with trying to anybody leaning outside and trying to get to shoot you or anything. It looks like it's just trying to catch up and push you off of edge of the road or into something like, sort of duel style, to reference a ancient Spielberg movie. What are you doing?
Other than swearing at the top of my lungs, Vincent is... Alright, I think for this particular role, Vincent is attempting to get the car back under control and just trying to hit the gas. Get a good straight line so he can get a nice burst of speed and it's probably only going to be a couple of feet on the pursuer, but it will just looking for some breathing room.
Got it.
So, the scraped palms, I think, are going to come into this.
They are, yes, because that is a thing. What are you adding in from things?
Well, the tag's burned, so I can't use that.
Yeah, change the game, I think, can fix that, but otherwise, right now, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little confused because... Oh, right, that's what's happened. There it goes. Okay.
I think that actually this is a change the game, because you're trying to maneuver the car and get things back under control, so I'll call this a change the game.
But I'm not actually going to be fixing anything, though.
No, which means you can't realistically repair the car, but you could bring the classic Blue Beetle tag back.
Right, okay.
You could unburn a tag. That's a different thing.
Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to go for Zest for Life.
Go for it. Unfortunately, Indira is out of help to do you. I might have her do her own change the game thing a little bit.
Vexed Virtuoso?
You are quite vexed right now, and you already mentioned you were swearing, so I'll go with that.
Indeed.
Acid off a duck's back.
Oh, good point.
Keeping
I think that's...
calm. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. Okay. I'm just checking weaknesses. I don't think I'm going to tag any just yet, though. So go ahead and go with what you got. Okay. Dear. So on the SUV kind of catches up with you with a much more powerful engine. It sort of rams into the back of the car, sending you an uncontrolled burst of speed, bumping down the road and heading towards where there is a kind of get twisting out of control. You're about to broadside into a tree. So go ahead and give me a face danger.
Ah,
While you're while you're doing that, I am going to go ahead and have Indira trying to going, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, and just seeing her just trying to hope like anything that everything will go right and okay and nothing bad will happen. Or everything will well, everything something bad's already happening now. Just kind of really trying to hold on for dear life and trying to focus very much on something good happening. Let's see.
can I spend the help?
You can spend a help, yes.
There you go.
I am going to spend her weakness tag of unintended calamity because it will get us closer to getting improbable luck to a full theme. And I'm going to click convenient circumstance and disaster averted. Let's see. And have her try to face danger for you, actually. Let's see if that works. Not taken seriously should not have been tagged, and nor should a lot of that other stuff, so give me a moment. Okay, so 2, 3. That is still a 10. So yeah, okay. You start going as you're starting to slam in. You're being pushed into the tree. There is this what you kind of cut through one of those. There's somebody there with like a birthday party or something. You kind of cut through one of those ropes that's holding a large inflatable thing, just kind of dangling, and it's sort of this giant inflatable whale sort of lands between you and the tree and you pop into it. But the other car is you're unfortunately still stuck, and the SUV is starting to is starting to come back, is still coming towards to try to ram into you. It slowed down a little bit to see you crash, but now it's speeding back up again. So what do? You have just been saved by a giant inflatable whale.
So where are the stop?
You're at right now a stop and kind of pointed awkwardly on the road, but yeah.
What's the other car doing?
It is speeding up to go into ramming speed.
Okay. That car is coming straight towards us. The people with the birthday party and everything are scattering. There's mothers picking up kids to leap out of the way of the...
Oh, definitely.
Vincent feels wonky for a moment. Despite the softness, well, the relative softness of the impact, Vincent's probably taken a little bump on the head. The world is blurring in and out and doing weird contortions as their brain is recovering from the jolt. And he can feel something reaching out. To fire hydrant that the car is about to plow past, or perhaps over. And as they do so, the water main directly underneath them bursts, sending an enormous a hugely powerful gout of water just shooting up into the air, and depending on how I'm successful is hopefully like flipping the car.
And directed at just the bad guys. Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to call that hit with all you've got.
Okay.
Because you are in a position back in the back. You have mentioned about the whole thing about being a little bit loose and such, so I am going to click. This is instinctual. I'm going to go ahead and hit Moon Mad and give your Slavic Amulet another boost.
Cool. Alright, this is definitely summons the sea.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tempted to say break the storm?
I'm going to say no on that one.
Okay.
But
Weird fortunes.
Weird fortunes would be an yes. And I think a zest for life. Excuse me.
Okay. Does my scrape palms matter here? I'm not sure it does.
I do not think so, and the car's not in motion, so its thing doesn't either.
Okay, so hit with all you've got.
Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, Indira does not have a help to give you, so there's the thing. You can choose one of those options. They're going to get hit with a power 2 status of... The car is going to be battered. It's going to have a 2 status to your 1 status, but it's going to be battered. What are the other things? Let's see if I can...
There's no collateral damage.
Oh, awesome. No collateral damage. It is indeed slammed into the side of the slammed off and into a low wall. It doesn't go tipping over or anything, but you can see it has taken significant damage. It is at status 2. And they are also now at a brief stop. You have plenty of time to get going on something too.
Yeah, so Vincent recovers enough to get the car back into gear, get it back into first, put down punch the accelerator.
Okay. Give me take a risk.
Heart in the right place, because I'm certainly not looking to run anyone over.
Right. And even in your little kind of instinctual state of mind there, you avoided causing collateral damage. So I'll go ahead and definitely give you hard.
And I think that's about it. I think the scrape palms might make it harder.
Yes, but they also give you a +2 because the scrape palms will be a thing, and I'm going to give you a 2 because of their status 2.
Oh, cool. All right. So take a risk.
Grand total of 1, but yes.
Why is it a grand total of 1?
Because the car is roughed up, and your scrape wrist aren't. Oh, you already did the scrape wrist. Never mind. You're good.
Yeah. I haven't clicked on the car roughed up. Do you?
No, it doesn't matter either. They overlap until one gets bigger than the other. It doesn't matter. And it was my fault for forgetting that you had the tags down. Okay.
Right. Take a risk.
Okay. So you're getting pulled out, and what you come is you find kind of a couple of switchback things where they turn at quick angles and all that, and you can try to like take that at speed, but you'll have to face danger against the car getting further mangled. or you can go a little bit slow, and the other car is definitely going to get right back on the trail.
Uh,
Did I say that on the wrong button?
no, you didn't. I heard it.
Basically,
I'm.
you can get well clear of them and be very close to losing them at risk of damage, or you can have a slightly less risk of damage because it's them going to having to deal with it too, but they'll be right on, and they'll
Yes,
probably take a chance at attacking you when you get out of the loops.
I absolutely understand the choice that I am facing.
Good.
See, I would take it a bit slower and let them so that they catch up, but I'm not sure that Vincent would. No, in fact, Vincent would do what I would do. So yeah, no, just going to take the corner slow, patience over.
Patience over desperation.
Yeah.
So the SUV comes back around, and it's you can hear the clanking even from where you are. It's moving. They're moving a little bit more cautiously as well because they've taken some extra hits that they didn't expect to, and they're trying to. They're just basically trying to keep on your tail right now, and they'll probably continue the assault a little bit further down and safer roads. Let's see. What are you doing? Or do you have something you would like to suggest Indira to do?
Sorry, just give me a moment to think.
No problem. If you want, I can go ahead and do another action with Indira while you're thinking of something to do.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Indira starts typing up with on kind of trying to keep control of her breathing, and is typing on her bracer to control the drone, and starts sending it out to start go towards where the SUV is, and starts hitting it with every flash bulb she can that little drone has. I am going to keep unintended calamity thing just so we can finally get improbable luck to a full. I'll do convenient circumstance. Their thing is hard to control, so it's a +2. Personal camera drone. Desire for safety. Okay.
I think I will give Indira another help on this one.
Oh, cool. Your car is roughed up, so it's going to be moving bad, so let's make it -1. Okay, I could tag another weakness, but I don't think I will. I couldn't give her 2 attention in one thing. Okay, here we go. It's going to be change the game. So, here we go. First thing is, can't unburn a tag, unfortunately, so it can't unburn the classic blue beetle. Let's see. But she is going to put a tag on them for blinded and distracted. Well, the distracted won't do too much. She has 4 things here. She's going to put a tag on them for blinded. That's 1. Let's see. You're going to hit a. You're going to have a convenient spin out for a brief moment. So that's going to a convenient spin on yourself. So that's going to be 1 to you. It's only going to last for a very short while, and I think she will bank the other 2. Okay. So put a tag convenient spin. It will last to your next drive roll.
Convenient spin?
basically, the beetle's going to spin out, but it's going to be convenient to you and make it actually easier.
Oh, cool.
Because I included an element of her luck powers.
Hmm. So, I'm not sure how to do this.
Describe it for me, and I'll mechanic it out.
It's the idea I have is very cinematic. So, remember that gun?
The gun that you used in the last case? Yeah.
Yes. That had just gotten dropped in. You know doors. So yes, I'm thinking of using Found It.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So car doors have that little sort of pocket at the bottom of the door that you can put tissues and miscellaneous stuff in.
Yes.
Yeah, it found its way down there, and Vincent notices it. So he switches to his left hand, reaches down, grabs the pistol. I'm seeing a moment of shocked horror as the other restoration expert sees the gun as he's sitting in the back seat.
Yes, definitely.
Up ahead, there is a very tight corner. So Vincent crosses lanes because there's a gap where there's no car coming. Crosses lanes, turns the car to do a drift, but loses a bit of control of the drift and goes into a convenient spin, which lets him point the gun out the window and fire forwards as the car is traveling backwards at the oncoming vehicle.
I'm going to call this go toe to toe now that I've used the proper button to speak.
Hey. Yes. Just this is interesting because cars can't usually do this unless they're over a certain age, or you rip out the part that stops it from doing this.
Indeed.
Which Die Hard is he? I think it's the third one. Anyway.
Yep, I think so. Okay.
Alright, so creating a new story tag.
So you now have the gun.
Yeah, just gonna call it the gun.
Eventually that's going to be its own power tag, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, story tag. Oh, sorry, not story tag. Convenient spin.
Which is also a thing. So yeah, you've got 2 tags so far.
Yeah. I think the scrape palms are still an issue.
They are, yes.
And car roughed up doesn't really... It's one or the other.
It's one or the other. If I had stayed with my course and made it a tag, it would be going in, but I decided it made more sense as a damage thing. I decided it made more sense as a status. So.
Cool. Alright, so... I don't have a lot of combat tags. Should we say, because I'm using the gun, plethora of arcane curios, and expert in restoration?
I will say yes. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think weird fortunes come into this. This is not really a luck thing so much.
Well, half of it is, but it's from somebody else's luck, so I don't think it would apply.
Agreed.
I am going to go ahead and say Vexed Virtuoso.
Yeah, that's where I was going next to. And I think that's about it.
Oh, and I am going to just do I can't let go because apparently that gun was just hanging around in that car this entire time.
Yeah, that's certainly a thing. Okay, this is go toe to toe.
Go toe to toe. I mean, the damage you take from them is that you take if you take damage, it might be environmental rather than from them, but still, there's a lot of risk for damage to both parties.
I don't think their status counts here.
Actually, it should because they have um. So let me go ahead and add in.
Plus two. I've added in the two.
Plus, they have a tag, so it's a plus one. They're blind right
Oh.
now.
Oh, okay, so three total?
Yep.
Wow, alright. Go toe to toe.
Okay. So you managed to achieve your goal, um, which I believe, and you. So you get actually you choose two. Manage to achieve your goal, get them good, block it, dodge or counter their best attacks.
Okay, I think this counts as block dodge or counter their best attempts.
Good. Okay.
Um and firing the gun, so inflicting a tier 4 status.
Yep. And then you just spin out perfectly into a perfect drive right down the rest of the road as they get hit with this tier 4 status, um, cracking through the windshield. And between that and the flash bulbs from the drone, they're distracted enough to slam right into a tree and are hanging just on the edge of like a precipice as you go driving off down the city.
Okay, so that was a temporary tag on the gun. I'm going to say that Vincent just unloaded all of the ammo in that gun.
Got it. That makes perfect sense. Temporary can last a little bit longer. It just means that basically, like a hard move type stuff, I can take it away that I can a power move.
Cool. Well, I probably won't be shooting it until, Vincent has time to buy more ammo, but I could always clock someone with it, so.
Yes.
That gun is definitely going to, when I get a power tag on the silver circle, that gun is staying.
In theory, you could do that right now, but yeah. Because your silver circle just went up.
Oh, that's right. Can't let go. Got tag. Yes.
Yep. I was kind of doing it cinematic. It gives you the option to put the gun right in as a power tag right now.
Yeah, let's do it. What shall we call?
I don't know, just the gun. We all know what it means.
Okay, it's going in as the gun.
Okay, story point.
Alright.
Okay. So you get pulled out, and Johnny Rochard is sitting there just looking wide-eyed at you as you're starting to move down into a slower speed to deal with. You can kind of hear creak, 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 creak from the bit of damage the beetle took, and Nadira's kind of looking out over the sides. My car. And you come to a stop at a red light a little bit. And as you stop at a red light, there is a cop car comes into view and starts just rushing past you. Sirens aren't going yet, but they're obviously going towards sign of disturbance.
Yeah, Vincent's heart hammering away.
Well, I suppose I should thank you. Obviously, they were there for me, unless they followed you, but no, they were there for me.
Alright, well, I've got half a mind to take you back to my place to lay low for a bit, but I'm not sure how safe that would be. The other half of my mind, which is probably the dominant half at the moment, is getting you to a police station so that you can. Uh, so I guess that we can all explain what's happened. It's going to take a while, though.
If th that sounds like it might be the safest. Do you trust the police with this?
Vincent shrugs. I've got no reason not to. Um, as far as I know, there aren't any. Like, I haven't encountered any dirty cops or anything involved with this.
So this is my first encounter with such things, and just with watching the television and such, you would think it would be an issue. Uh, and Indira is like, I could talk to Officer Ashworth from the museum. Send him a text. I don't have a number.
You trust Ashworth?
You seem pretty upfront and not too deep.
All right, you do that. I'll get us to the Silver Circle. We can park the car. I can take a look at the damage, see what we can do about it. And all right, yeah. So heading towards the Silver Circle.
Okay. Yeah, when you get there, you find that the car is, yeah, it's not, it's mostly some body damage. You actually have what you need on hand. You're not usually a car place. You can probably bang it out to where you can get rid of the worst of the fact. It's kind of like it was bending in a place that was rubbing against one of the tires. Something that you can get it out pretty well. I mean, if you want to get the cosmetic stuff done with, um, it'll definitely be best to take it to a place that has the facilities to actually deal with a car. You might know how to rebuild the car, but you don't have the tools. That's not the kind of uh, revival you do for. That's not kind of the usual kind of artifact you rebuild. So.
Mm.
Um, Mr. Burchard is starting to calm down a little bit. I think this might be a good time for a montage. What are you doing? We're going to include the police coming to talk to you as a montage. So how are you approaching it? I'm going to... Yeah. Oh, you already clicked it. Cool.
Yep. Choose one way to spend it. Oh, dear.
That gets you every time, doesn't it? The choose one way.
Yeah, there's a few things I'd like to do. I would like to bandage my hands. I would like to fix the blue beetle a bit. All right. Well,
Indira is going to be giving attention to her logos by trying to make all of this into a story as much as she can. So her metro beat's going to gain a beat as well.
All right. I'm going to prepare for next activity.
Okay. Go on.
Gain 3 juice.
Ooh, that's useful.
Yeah. So, yeah, first thing is get some diluted antiseptic on the scraped palms, some bandages, make sure they're nice and bandaged up and everything.
Indeed. That's one.
So, yep. With that done, get some thick workman's gloves on, got some basic garage tools in the garage, just get the car, maybe do a little bit of temporary panel beating with the hammer. It's a ancient wreck anyway. Check the engine, all of that sort of stuff. Um, just fixing the bit of damage that it took from that side swipe we did.
The really early bit, yeah.
Yeah. Also, going to go with the last juice. Going to go grab some ammo. Ammo for the gun since Vincent emptied the clip and everything. Just I guess that. Okay, no, Vincent would have all of that sort of stuff locked up in a proper gun cabinet in the garage. So he will sit down, clean the gun, reload the cartridges into the clips, make sure he's got a couple of clips and everything, and just make sure the gun's all right after it's been sitting in the car for, what was it, a month?
A month, yeah.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, since the gun is now a power tag, and you're spending a juice for the ammo, is the ammo special in some way? Especially since it comes from the circle.
Absolutely.
They came from a masked man and they're silver.
Well, actually, I know exactly the movie thing to ping for this.
Oh.
A while back, like quite some time ago, there was this crazy guy who wanted silver-plated bullets, paid for them in advance and everything. Vincent had the work done, and then the guy never came back, and Vincent never heard from him again.
It's been forever since I saw that movie.
It's possibly my favorite werewolf movie ever.
Okay, so you're looking over and you're seeing that after the thing and all the interview, you're talking to the police. They take Burchard away. Unfortunately, neither one of you spent anything on clues, so you didn't get any direct information from him. So you'll have to talk to him later if you can. Indira is sitting there typing up her script for a report about confusion on Petunia Boulevard and where you guys were a pair of speeding cars rushed past a birthday party.
Rushed past, right.
That's what she's involved in when you get into the end of the montage.
You know you could earn a lot more money with investigative journalism, right?
I suppose I could, yeah. Go ahead. Do you think I really should? I mean, I've been doing this so long, it would seem kind of betrayal.
Oh, that's up to you. It's not like we have any problems with rent or food or anything here. To be honest with you, I think as a kind of side project, I'm going to do one of those certifications for private investigating licenses.
Go ahead and give me a convince roll.
All right, I'm going to say heart in the right place.
That will work.
Funnily, I'm not sure anything else applies. Maybe weird fortunes? Possibly insatiable curiosity?
Maybe insatiable curiosity. That seems to work. I am going to go ahead and, well, it's kind of hard because you don't actually have I would think there'd be something on the silver circle to note the fact that you could spend a hurt because you're her landlord. Um,
Oh, well.
uh,
Oh, to spend a hurt to give myself a +1?
I'd let you do it. I don't think it's exactly in the rules, but I think it would work.
No, I mean, by the same token, Indira could spend one of her hurt because,
This
you
is true.
know,
Yeah, it would be just a spending hurt against each other. So think, yeah, I think you're good on that. So I don't think there are any particular weaknesses that pay in mind. I'm just curious to see how well you roll because she is one crack away from that switching. It also just evolved, which means she would gain a buildup before I ever spend that. Um,
okay, convinced.
it's status 2. She will go ahead and consider it for now, but she's still writing up. She's like, I'll consider it. And she kind of opens up a second file and does it, like a derelict of the depth types it in, just but puts it off the side and goes back to writing her fluff piece for now. So she's thinking about making the switch.
I'm wondering if this is a good place to break off for the night. I know we haven't really.
Yeah, we haven't really hit, but there's one more thing I want to do, actually. And you hear a kind of knocking on the door. It's kind of soft. It's not particularly very aggressive and all that. Um, but you kind of you do hear a knocking on the door.
Vincent goes to answer it.
Okay. On the other side, you find that scraggly teenager you saw before,
At the
and
museum.
yeah, at the museum, and she's kind of looking in the opposite direction, and she kind of turns around to try to knock again, and then gets kind of flinches. And says, "Oh, sorry. Um, I hope you don't mind. I saw your picture, and I looked on the internet and found out who you were. There aren't that many restoration experts."
Well, this is why I advertise. Please come in, miss. Pardon the. He looks down at his hands. Pardon my current state.
Well, you do restoration. I'm sure you're in working condition. But you're wearing the gloves, aren't you?
Oh, no, would have taken off the gloves when I came up from
But
the
your
garage.
hands are bandaged up. That's right.
Yep.
Okay. That's fine. I remember that happened yesterday with the tree, right?
That's right, yes, just after I rushed off. Please come in. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes. Thank you. And she kind of sits very nervously in probably the most oversized chair for her possible. It sort of sinks into the cushion, just looking really kind of, what? Well, I'm here now. What do I do? You can kind of see the thoughts passing through her head. And Dira's kind of peeking over and coming to sit down. It's like, hello, how can we help you? And she's giving you kind of a side look because she doesn't know, she doesn't reckon, she didn't see the girl before.
Um, I met ma'am at the museum the other day, just before I rushed off to help the curator out from under that tree. I guess the first question I have is how do you take your tea? And my second question is do what do you have to do with the derelict and the unfortunate incidents at the museum, miss?
Um, well, I like tea with lemon and ice. But uh, as my name is Lilibet Castillo, Lilibet Maria Castillo, I'll type it out.
Spanish origin?
Well, they were all around the islands quite a bit, and what I have to do with this is like the apprentice warden. I guess I would be the warden now, but never passed hands.
I see. Well, this makes sense of many things.
And I think that would be actually a good place to end it.
Yay.
Okay. So, geeking out during the credits.
Just quickly going to, because the relic has 3 attention on it.
Indeed. I think we'll do improvements before we go geeking out.
Sounds good. Yeah, so just going to take ultimate unlock.
The ultimate unlock, so yeah, that one will let you kind of do a transformation pretty easy. Yep.
Yep.
Ah. Okay. And my power tags are going to be out of order because I'm taking an earlier thing, unless I move things around. What circumstances enhance your ability to adapt? So on improbable luck, I am taking the number 42.
Huh.
And it is now a full theme. I still have to look at the Metro beat, though, which is a routine. She has been sitting around on things for a while because she doesn't do near as many actions as you do, being my character instead of and not the central. Okay. Let's see. She still hasn't gotten her extra tag and weakness. Do you want to try to put those out anywhere, or are we going to leave those coming up as you want them?
I would absolutely like to do a second weakness. I'm thinking on the silver circle, maybe, because the silver circle is going to stay around.
Indeed. Okay. So adding weaknesses and tags to the silver circle, which is possessions, right?
Yep, I'm going to go for question C. What conditions could render your possessions less effective?
Okay, cool.
Um, I think just antiquated.
Antiquated because yeah, your stuff is not high recent quality. Yeah.
No, and we're in a more cyberpunk sort of world, so they're not going to be like USB sticks or drones or smartphones or anything like that.
Right.
And if they are, they're going to be quite old and crappy.
Indeed. They're going to be like a decade out of date and stuff.
Yeah.
Most tech you have is Indira's stuff.
Yes. Okay. But I think that's it. I've got my. Oh, no, the gun was bought with attention, wasn't it? Not.
Yes, it was. The gun was bought with attention. So,
So I could have another power tag if I wanted.
yes, you could. And it has to go to the same theme anyway.
Oh, right. Yes. So possessions.
Um,
Right. The gun was C. What other important item is in your possession?
hmm. I'm going to go with E for the Metro beat. I'm going to go with E. What did you learn on your daily activities? Danger. Any story can get dangerous. Danger everywhere.
Hmm. Probably. I might sit down at some point and describe the gun more fully.
Sounds like a good idea. Okay.
Do the whole captain's sword thing.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, okay, I know. What useful quality do your possessions have? I.
Okay. What useful? All they all tend to be magical, don't they?
A bit, yeah. Um
I'm going to give the extra tag and weakness to Indira's mission real quick.
cool. Okay. What useful quality do your possessions have? Mythic resonance.
There we go. Yeah, you kind of have little bits and bob pieces of multiple mythos in there.
Mm-hmm.
As to,
Uh,
go on.
oh, the silver circle is definitely it's kind of like, warehouse. Oh, what was it? Warehouse 47 or whatever that
Warehouse 13.
13, thank you. Of
That was the
course.
TV show, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Friday the third. Why Friday the 13th too?
Oh, yes.
They're both 13
Gremlins.
kids, yeah. Okay, so the two tags I'm adding to Indira's mission from the character creation stuff we haven't spent till now. For mission G, what is the root of your commitment to the task at hand? And I made it simple heart, simple needs. And for her weakness tag, what are the wild cards in your plan? Um, inconvenient, inconvenient recognition and inconveniently recognized.
Hmm.
And I will remind you, those can be used like fate aspects for compels, so they aren't you aren't entirely safe from them even if she's not acting. Okay, so how has the crew grown this session? You certainly acted together very well.
Oh yeah. No. All of the cooperation ever.
Yeah, I'm thinking we recover either Oracle's dreams or the beetle.
Yeah, I'm thinking the beetle because we did do that. Well, Vincent did do that work on it.
Yep, that seems the most convenient.
Hmm.
For all intents and purposes, mechanically speaking, the beetle's in prime condition.
Yep. Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Indira was an enormous help.
Definitely, and she was you were keeping her alive, so she's same thing. So help.
Yep. Which of your themes is under the most strain?
It is definitely routine for her, and when it cracks, it's going to go towards Galactic Guide.
Hmm.
Are you starting to figure out which character I made her mythos?
No, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, but I haven't decided. It's going to be Galactic Guide. I haven't decided. I already have an adaptation. I haven't. I think that's probably going to be Divination. Um, it means her drone won't come into play near as often unless I get it added somewhere else. But oh well.
Hmm.
I will have to
Um,
change the game to bring it into play if that cracks.
indeed.
Unless I make it a guy, unless I make it a power tag somehow on the Mythos side.
Hmm.
Okay.
Which theme for Vincent is under the most strain?
It still looks like heart surgery.
Quite possibly, yes. Yeah, I think it's still heart surgery.
The silver
The
circle is so solid.
Oh yeah. Um, I think the thing with heart surgery is that it's becoming less of an issue compared to
Yeah.
and in fact it's probably best if it cracks soonish because I feel like the question of where did the heart come from and what does it have to do with what's happening with um
We'll have to consider that in terms of figuring out the on the final confrontation here.
Indeed. May I make a suggestion?
Go on.
We need to come up with an excuse for, hopefully in the next session, for you to invoke dreams of my savior.
Definitely.
Because I can then say I'm over it and immediately crack the...
Yep. Immediately crack it, which will give you one build up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will also actually... I'll sit down outside of game and think up what Wicked Heart, the expression power, the expression theme, that what it will actually do.
Right. Cool. It's relatively easy whenever you're getting. I've been cracking Dreams of Savior when you've been getting into excitement and danger. I didn't throughout this because there were other things in play. And to date, I haven't cracked multiple weaknesses in one thing yet. I know it's possible because it's happened in our other game. But any case,
Thank you very much for running.
no problem. Glad you had fun. We went a little bit over once you throw in geek out after the credits, but that's fine. Okay.
Okie dokie. Catch everyone later.
Bye. I am also, because it's a actually it's a status, and you already have a -1 status. The car is roughed up 1. I should put that as a status rather than a tag. And the scrape palms are also 1 status, so they overlap. They don't both add in.
Car being roughed up is a status?
Yeah, I'm figuring it works better as a status because that way it can build up to the car break to being needed to be repaired.
Okay. Change the game?
Yes. Did you already add in the one from? You already added in the minus from the. Wait, because yeah. So hold it. It should have only been a -1 because you're.
But the car roughed up and scraped palms.
But they're both statuses. You don't get minuses from all statuses, just the biggest one, and they're both 1. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it would have been a 6 anyway, which I believe is still a miss.
Yep.
Want me to click that?
I got it.
There it goes.
I got it. Okay. I need to investigate this at some point and see if there's a way to do on the board status clue things. There probably is, and I just haven't found it yet. Okay. So convenient spin goes away. They're no longer blinded. She would have had another round that she could have done both of those for you. But because when you get an 8, I just read that the tag you put out is generally only to the next relevant action to that tag. So, but she banked 2 more uses, so she would have been able to help you out again.
Wow. Do I put that as improvement 2 there?
You could put it in as a power tag. Is there a question that can be answered with the gun?
Oh, there should be. I can look at that when we're what do you call it?
When we're doing it later, right? Okay.
Yeah, geeking out during the credits.
Yeah, and I'll probably take this conversation and put it into the bloopers because they'll keep the. Which is something I've had to deal with before too.
Indeed.
And the fact it's kind of like it was bending in a place that was rubbing against one of the tires. It's been forever since I saw that movie. It's
It's possibly my favorite werewolf movie ever.
it's the wheelchair one, right?
It is The Howling.
Oh, the Howling. I'm sorry, I got mixed up between the two. They both had the guys that had the silver bullets on hand.
Hmm.
Oh, I actually have the Howling on DVD here.
Yeah, that's as I say, one of my favorite ever werewolf movies.
Yeah, that is. I heard you going into that line. It's like I know this line. Is that Silver Bullet or is it Howling? No, it's Silver Bullet. No, it's Howling.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is why I have problems watching Star Trek Voyager. Because the guy who played the psycho werewolf in The Howling is the holographic doctor.
I did not know it was the same actor.
Yep.
Okay.
And anyway, that's something for the blooper reel.
Yep, that is something for the blooper reel. Which last time was 10 minutes long.
Oh
Uh,
yes, I recall.
okay. Ah, okay. But let's see. You do notice she's writing a piece a little bit there that's a little bit unusual for her, but she's trying to tweak it to something strange. Is about confusion on Petunia Boulevard. And when you're coming up to her, and at that point, you're kind of hearing, you're looking at coming up behind her to see her typing out the script for like confusion on Petunia Boulevard. And what are you saying as you're coming up behind her?
I'm sorry, could you. Where are we now?
You're in the circle. A Brochard has been taken into police custody.
Right. And who's. I'm sorry, who was the girl?